this is Mimo from Bake My Day Mimo, and this is my new fondant video because the other one's super old and kind of dull and not very good camera quality. So let's start. First, I'm going to tell you guys about the things you need in order to make the fondant. Okay, I'm gonna make 4 batches today because I like to make them for a good 2 weeks. I have my powdered sugar all standing up ready to go. There's 8 bags here because you need 2 per batch, and I like to make 4 batches at once. The tops are cut off so that they're ready to be poured in at a quick notice. My garbage bag there so I can put the garbage in there. I have my Crisco to rub on the clean counter so that the fondant doesn't stick too much to it, as well as onto my hands. The bowl ready for the marshmallows to be melted, as well as my spatula, and I have the 4 batches of marshmallows ready for their turn. So you need 10-ounce bag marshmallows. That is 3 of them for 1 batch. That's 30 ounces of marshmallows for 1 batch. And then sometimes I can't find 10 ounces, so what's left over is 16 ounces. So I use 2 bags, which equals 32 ounces of marshmallows, which is okay. It's not bad. So I use just 2 of those. Same thing with this. Could not find any more Kroger marshmallows, so I took all of them. I had to go ahead and stick with Jet Puffs, which I don't really like to use because I find it a little bit too rubbery. Okay, so for each batch, you need 2 bags of powdered sugar that are 2 pounds each. And I just get the Great Value brand because it's fondant. You don't really need the high-end brand. So 2 bags of powdered sugar for 1 batch of fondant, as well as 3 bags of marshmallows that are 10 ounces for 1 bag of fondant. All right, we're back. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys step by step. This is the first batch. It's a little bit different than my other fondant, and I'll explain why. They're sticky. So why do I like to use the Kroger marshmallow brand? I just find that usually they're very powdery, so they don't stick well, but I guess this is a bad batch. And what's it called? It's the whitest I found. I don't know why this batch is very sticky. Normally it's very powdery and they just come right out. But anyways, that's fine. So you notice I have my garbage bag here just so I have a quick spot to throw away the garbage. And my last bag happens to be Jet Puffs, which I guess now this seems to be a little bit better than the Kroger brand. So I don't know if they changed their ingredients or not. So this is 3 bags of 10 ounces. And I normally just go to the tap water, pour a little bit over it, but because it's on the other side, I don't want to grab the camera or whatever, you know. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour some water. I do use tap. I drink from the tap. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? Unless you live in Flint, which I'm really sorry about that. But it's all the government's fault. They don't care about us. Anyways, all right, so what was that? A couple of tablespoons of water. You don't want to add too much because then the fondant is way too soft. Now I'm going to microwave this for 2 minutes. See the other video, well, that's microwaving, so let's talk. The other video I had was I microwaved it every 30-second intervals, and then I'd mix in between. I found that that took forever, so I just put it in for 2 minutes. Then I take it out, I go ahead and I mix it up a little bit, and then I put it back in for another minute or so, possibly 30 seconds. Anyways, this way is much quicker, because this is what I do now. I take it out. You're going to see it's really messy, but it takes like a good 40 minutes to make 40 batches. Could you imagine? That'd be great. I'll be selling them, you know, by whatever. Anyways, ooh, water. Yeah, so I do that when the marshmallows are done melted and melting, and I put them on the counter and I'm kneading the sugar in. While that is being kneaded, because the other one needs 2 minutes in the microwave, I pour the other marshmallows in the bowl, put it in the microwave. While I'm kneading that, you'll see what I mean. I know I sound very confusing right now, but I'm just waiting for it to finish. This is what you have. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up because there are some parts in there that are not mixed up. And you'll notice the water coming from the bottom to the top that you poured in. So just knead that together, okay? By the way, I dressed up for y'all, okay? I normally just do this in my PJs. I don't care if they get dirty, but oh well, it's all right. I don't have my scarf on, so I don't have to worry about that getting in the way, but it's all cool. All right, so melted and go back in the microwave for another, we'll do a minute. That's what it looks like. You might still have some pieces of marshmallows that have not been melted. So what you're gonna do is just keep, you know, stirring it. Take the first bag of 2-pound powdered sugar. Pour that in there. Okay? Throw that in my garbage bag. And now, basically, knead that into it. Or stir it together. This is so you don't make a humongous mess. Okay? Because if you were to pour the melted marshmallows on the counter, it's going to be like a glob. You know? Like a blob. It's just going to quickly spread, go to the floor, and then it's not fun anymore. Well, this isn't really fun right now, kind of tiring, but you know what I mean. Just go to the counter. You don't want it to get too sticky on it, and scrape off as much as I can of the fondant onto the counter. By the way, if you wanted to, prior to this, you can add some extract to it, like vanilla extract or any flavored extract. Just make sure it's not like too colored, like grape or something is purple. Otherwise, it's going to make your fondant purple, slightly purple. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. No, I don't wear gloves. I'm sorry if this grosses you out. Don't order from me if it does. My hands are super clean. This is what I mean by waiting, okay? So before I knead this, I'm gonna get the other 3 bags of marshmallows. Okay? See, it's fine. It's spreading slowly, but because I kneaded it with the marshmallows, with the powdered sugar, then it's fine right now. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know why it's coming out all squeaky like that. It's fine. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, sorry. Okay, so that's my other, you notice it was just 2 bags because that was the 16 ounces. So now let's pour that water in there, put this in the microwave for 2 minutes. You want to make sure everything is clean around you. The handle, microwave, all that other stuff that you're touching, you know? Then, seems like this fondant is a little bit too thick for the marshmallows. So I'm not going to pour the entire bag. It might not need it, so let's see. Let's just do a little bit. Sometimes it's like that, sometimes it's not. I make sure that I spread the sugar all over it. That way it doesn't stick to my hands. And then I start kneading, you know, from out to in. Out to in. So I'm doing this while the other marshmallows are being melting in the microwave. Lost my train of thought. Okay. And then you pretty much need about 2 minutes to do this. So by the time that microwave turns off, by the time you hear it beeping, then you pretty much need it. Okay, so it just needs a little bit more. And then I will grab the other one. But this is what I mean by saving time. So this way, instead of waiting for another 2 minutes for your other fondant to finish, you know, instead of wasting time, your marshmallows have already been in there. Before I cover that, just so I can save myself some time, another minute. Now, when that minute is done, I'm gonna do the same exact thing until I'm done with all 4 batches, and that saves time. Why do I freeze it? Because if you don't freeze it or use it right away, it has to sit overnight. It's too soft to use right now. Then it gets a thick, crusty layer. So when you take it out, if you don't freeze it, when you want to use it and you knead it, that thick, crusty layer actually gets in there while you're kneading it and won't go away. And when you roll it out, you have all these teeny tiny little bumps. It looks like the fondant has acne or something, and you can't get rid of it. So do freeze your fondant if you're not using it right away. All right, do the same thing all over again. Also, really quick, I wanted to add that in my other video, I used to add a piece of Wilton fondant to the fondant after I've taken it out, like overnight, okay? I used to do that mainly because when you dye your fondant, when you add food coloring to it, it gets to be like elephant skin. So that little piece of Wilton fondant helps to keep it together. But I've been usually airbrushing my cakes lately, so or I've only added just a slight amount of food coloring, and I haven't really needed. to add the Wilton piece of fondant. So I'm talking about, in which I don't stop. I just go until it's all done, okay? All right, that's pretty much it. As soon as that's done microwaving, I'm gonna do the same thing that you guys saw until I am done with the 4 batches. And that's how you finish 4 batches of marshmallows in almost 40 minutes. Then you have the cleanup where you gotta scrape all of this off. That's not fun. So thank you for watching, guys. Hope this helps, and I will see you next time. By the way, this is all free tutorials, free stuff, you know. A lot of people are like, pay for these things or whatnot. So I'd appreciate it if you guys share, like it, and subscribe. I know I sound like those YouTubers. Share, like, and subscribe. Click the bottom button. Give it a thumbs up. Yeah, okay? Thanks, bye.